For those who have struggled with body image, especially as a bigger person, you know the challenges of accepting yourself, of wanting to wear the skirt that you want to look good in, but in your mind, you cannot possibly see yourself as attractive. And even it can get so bad that you don't even feel like you deserve love because of your size. And I really want to put some perspective on that, that do deserve love. You do deserve to be accepted, and it should not have anything to do with your size. And I'm not going to say that I have been a big woman, a little chubby, sure, but I've struggled with it, and I'm going to pour that into my.
All right. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Caps and Conversations. My name is Bob G, your web design strategist. And as always, we have to wait for Facebook to catch up, but it looks like we are in par with it right now. So, yeah, welcome everybody to Caps and Conversations. Right now, we are on season 3, episode 17, and just a few more episodes to go before we close out season 3. And we've been actually discussing, Lamont and I, um, what are we going to do for season 4? So I think we've talked about it a couple episodes back where we are going to be inviting our past guests to see where they're at today, see what they're doing, see what they're up to, how their business is going, and kind of give an update. One of the things that a lot of people look at when they begin their entrepreneurial journey is, the success. They want it to be from like zero to right now immediately. And though there is a small percentage of people around the world that can or that have achieved that success instantly, it's no reason for anybody to feel left out or feel like they been set back in any which way. This is a journey overall. So taking it one day at a time, putting in your effort, just be very cautious and very wary of burnout because we've talked about burnout a lot in season 1, and it doesn't matter how much work you put into your business. If you go ham and just go crazy trying to like knock everything out and get everything going, burnout will creep up on you. A lot of people that work regular 9 to 5 jobs, they have that tenacity to prove themselves, and they want to show whatever company they're working for that they've got the grit, the determination, and 3 months in, 4 months in, they start feeling it already. And when you're going for tenure, slow and steady always wins the race, right? Whether you're first, last, or whatever, you get to the finish line. Obviously, you never want your business to finish. You want it to grow and have like, an exit strategy and possibly even sell your business so that then you can start another one. So entrepreneurship, it's a wonderful thing, and I applaud all of those that have decided to kind of take that leap forward. It is a big step. Nobody's saying that, it's an easy feat. It's not. But just know that there are people in your corner rooting for you and are there to support you in any which way they can. I am one of those individuals. I know a lot of our guests that have been on the show are also part of that community, especially in the online space. It's not an easy thing, especially when you go looking on your Facebook feed or your Instagram and stuff, and you see all of these people that can be looked at as your competition. But if you were to reach out to them, say that you're stuck with, either posting or how you should format an ad, because when you really think about it, every single post, though you may not offer anything right off the bat, or offer anything at all, is a form of advertising. You're advertising yourself. You're showing people the inner workings of your life. And with that being said, everybody has their own thing, their own special thing that makes their gift or their promotion or their business special. And if you go into entrepreneurship with that in mind, then know that, your journey is your own. It's not going to be the same as anybody else's. And it's crazy to know or crazy to think that a lot of people go out there trying to mimic, if not copy exactly what somebody else is doing. And it just doesn't work out that way. So today we have a very special guest. Her name is Isabella Eriksen, all the way from Denmark. And we're really excited to have her on. So please help me welcome Isabella.
Hi, Bob. Hello, everyone.
Hello. How
Hi.
are you?
I am absolutely amazing. Thank you, Bob. How are you?
Yes, you are. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Got
Thank
the
you.
kids up this morning, gave them breakfast. They're on their way to exploring beautiful, great new things. Right now, they're in the other room with mom. So
Mm,
they're doing reading exercises and writing and stuff, even though it's a long weekend. We don't like to take our foot off the gas when it comes to learning and teaching our kids, how to get right before they start to experience life.
sure.
So what's going on with you? Tell us a little bit about you, where you come from. I understand that your tagline is a romance author,
Yeah, it is.
bestseller in the
Yeah,
future, right?
yeah,
So you're manifesting that, putting it out there into the universe.
I am. I am a big
Okay.
believer in manifesting. And a bit about me. My name is Isabella Eriksen. I'm 23 years old and I am from Denmark. And I really want to become an author, and especially in the romance section. I've always wanted to write and always had so many stories to tell. You would always find me in the classroom when I was younger, in my younger teenage years, never paying attention in class. And why is that? It was because I was conjuring my own stories in my head. And my friends would be like, Isabella, did you even listen today? And I was like, nah, nah, I didn't listen. I got through school anyways. I started to pay attention as I got older, but when I was little, no, I was in my own universe.
So
And
what started your entire journey with wanting to get into being an author, especially in the
mm,
romance area?
I think it started out as a different angle and a darker one because I had put being an author and wanting to do my own thing on the back burner. I always thought I was going to be a worker, never like create my own. But then COVID hit, we got sent home, and I discovered that I had a chronic illness. And for people who don't know what it's like to have a chronic illness, it is life changing. And mine is endometriosis. And short version of what it is, and studies are still figuring this out. So I apologize if this information is wrong because a lot is not known about this disease. So it's basically lesions of cells that grow on difference of my organs and create a lot of pain because those lesions are not supposed to be there. So my body goes in to attack it like it would a virus or a bacteria, and that creates a whole bunch of problems for me. So I realized when I got this disease or it became worse, and I am on medication for it now, so it is better, it is manageable for me to live a normal life, but it is really hard for me to work. I am 23 years old and I cannot keep a full-time job.
So I remember that during our pre-podcast interview or pre-podcast meeting rather, that you were bringing that up, and I told you to pump the brakes
Yeah,
because
you
we
did.
like to keep, we just like to keep everything, on a natural flowing state of conversation during the podcast. And I wasn't trying to be insensitive in any which way,
No,
but I
I get
just
it.
didn't want it to be where it was like, okay, you got prepped, you prepped me,
Mm,
and I'm completely oblivious. And I want to thank you very much for sharing that because I know it's something that, you
mm,
probably have to live with for the rest of your
forever.
life.
Yeah. And the
Now,
funny
how
thing
does
is
something like
about
this come about? Is it something that you're born with, or
it can be, yeah. But that's the thing about endometriosis. They don't really know how it began or where you get it from. Only women can get this disease. And what they originally thought and what is it you often catch this disease is by you having chronically extreme period pains. That is a huge factor in it. It can also cause infertility early, like in your early 30s, you won't be able to have children because it destroys your body. So I don't know how I got it. So in generations of the women before me could have had it, and then I have a much higher chance of getting it. But I do not know. And when people ask about my disease, I'm very, very open and honest about it because it changed the way I live my life and the way I approach my life. That's how all of my entrepreneurial journey started because I need to support myself. I am a grown woman, I'm 23 years old, and I need to make my own money, whether that's through a job, being an author, or I start doing something else. The bottom line is I am responsible for me, and this disease makes it incredibly difficult. So I had to do something. It was out of pure desperation I started my entrepreneurial journey.
So
Yeah.
what kind of treatments are in place to manage the disease?
Endometriosis, there is not much yet. Right now, birth control works on me. I am very lucky because it does not work on a lot of women. So I encourage every lady out there, should you have endometriosis and you do not know this, go to your doctor and keep pushing, because some of them, they will not take you seriously. And I'm so sorry to tell you this, but that is the harsh truth. You need to find a doctor who believes you and then get a treatment process started. I also tried IUD. I tried some other things. They did not work on me. But with the help of my doctor, birth control helps.
Wow, that's really incredible. We look at everything, as it is on the surface. And when you're mentioning that, birth control kind of like, deters or inhibits the disease, I never would have thought that something that's, marketed,
Mm,
packaged, and put in a little bow for, birth control
yeah.
could actually help out someone who has, a disease such as yours.
Yeah. Well, I'm very lucky
That's
that
a
it does. It doesn't work on every woman. And what is crazy, they have estimated that 1 in 10 women have endometriosis. That is millions upon millions of women globally. And 50% of women who are infertile have endometriosis. This is not a
wow.
joke. This is why I am very serious about this. If you're a woman with chronic pain, especially around your period, and you want children, do not sleep on this. You need to catch it early so they can help you get children should you want them. This is important.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
life-changing
That's
disease.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's circle back to wanting to be an author. Like, how did that all come about? Do you have any projects in the work right now? Like, what's going on with you?
I do, Bob. I do. And I am in the middle of a really big writer's block right now. I'm a third way into my book. It's a romance about a young woman learning how to love herself again after a very traumatic ex-boyfriend, like, you know, a jerk, and
Yeah.
falling in love with a sweet guy. Yeah. And I'm navigating that because I'll be honest, and this is not something to be bad or negative about, but I don't have a lot of dating experience. So writing about it is very challenging for me. So I am pulling from what my friends are saying, Disney movies, whatever I can find. But yeah, it's a challenge.
Disney
So
movies. Not Disney
yeah.
movies.
Hey, Cinderella was my favorite one, okay? You cannot judge me on that. I love Cinderella. She talked to the mice, she talked to the birds. A queen, let me tell you.
It was I almost feel like I was today years old, right? Because I just learned about this, a couple months back, that all of those fairy tales that, we've grown up with, as far as like, Disney goes, is that those are all
Mm.
like at its origin, like really horrible stories.
Are you
And
kidding me?
it's, I had no idea
No.
that it was like that. And
Yeah,
they turned it
Cinderella
around and like, color. Yeah, that was
Cinderella
absolutely
originates
nuts.
from the Grimm brothers story, and that is horrific. Absolutely horrific. Don't tell your children about that one, Bob, until they're old enough.
No,
It's gonna
no, yeah,
traumatize them.
yeah. I was traumatized myself just a couple months ago when I learned about that. I was taken back a lot because you've taken like, a huge mega global company that
Mm,
has, found the origin of these stories and turned it around and made it into something beautiful. And you can't knock Disney for that. I guess it's just their way of, taking the bad that comes in life and turning it around into making it something that's going to be positive. And it's had a global impact
yeah,
overall.
it has.
So I can't knock that at all. So what's it like being, with this writer's block? You're third way into your book. How long
Mm.
have you been, trying to overcome this session of writer's block that you're going through right now?
Honestly, for about over a month now, and I have had a lot of major changes in my life. I recently lived in a different country and I've moved back home to start university. So there has been a lot on my plate. And because of writer's block, my book just got on the back burner. I'm not saying that this is the wisest decision, but something that I will never ever compromise again in my journey to be an author, best-selling author, or should that change to something different in the future, fair enough, is my mental health. because before I started getting better, I was chronically stressed, I had insomnia, and on my way to a depression. And I refuse to make myself feel bad for being human and having a hard time writing my book when really large life changing things are happening. As moving back home from a different country and starting university, which is going to be a huge commitment for the next 5 years of my life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, when you take challenges that are presented to you and you find a way to work around them, to continue pursuing your dream, that in itself is a victory.
Mm,
There's just so many people out there in the world that, they have ideas of what it is that they want to do. Or like how you started off, you didn't want to be a worker. And,
mm,
society, like global society in general, has it set out for like each one of us to be contributing to something bigger, but for
mm.
somebody else's dream, for somebody else's pocket.
Yeah.
When you're exploring, what you're going into with being an author, I mean, I
Hmm.
have to applaud you. It reminds me of a movie that I saw several years ago, Stranger Than Fiction. Have you heard of it?
I have not. I don't think so,
So
anyway.
Will Ferrell, super huge comedian, right?
Mm,
And to me, especially at that point, this is his best piece of work because he wasn't trying to be funny.
okay.
He totally turned all comedian off.
Mm,
And it was basically, not to give this away, but if you guys haven't seen this movie yet, shame on you. It's already like, a million years old. But this author has writer's block, right? And in her attempt, she's seeking therapy, speaking to a counselor or therapist, whatever.
mm,
And she goes through these exercises, and then when she is getting to that point of like finally reaching where she's about to overcome that wall of writer's block, she taps into Will Ferrell's character and he starts hearing the narration of the author, and she's practically dictating his life in her writing. It's a beautiful movie. I highly recommend you check it
mm,
out, especially being an author. I'm sure that you would be able to appreciate something like that. But getting back onto topic, you said before that you're really big on entrepreneurship. Like, what's that all about? What does it all stem from? Because don't get me wrong, you're 23 years old. Yes, you are a grown adult, right? But you're
mm.
very, very young, and people don't figure this out until
Yeah.
years down the line. So how did it all come about?
Well, it actually started with affiliate marketing because, as I mentioned earlier, being an author, it had been put on the back burner because
Mm-hmm.
at the time I had actually started another degree on excuse me, in
Mm-hmm.
university in engineering. And I thought that was what I was supposed to do because I was ready to be a worker. I was ready for the life. And then it happened. Endometriosis really started affecting my life harshly. And recovering from COVID, getting stress and anxiety, all of that from the isolation, it was a lot of bad things at once. And for those of you who have a chronic illness and you don't know what it is, I am right there with you. It is scary. It is so unbelievably horrifying not knowing what is wrong with your body, and if you feel like it's attacking itself over and over again and you are powerless to do anything about it. So I realized that one, engineering was not for me, and that's when I started getting into affiliate marketing because on my Instagram feed, it kept happening. And I saw that. And for anyone who does not know what affiliate marketing is, let me give a short presentation.
Go for it. Absolutely.
Let's say Bob is selling a camera. And then I can go to Bob, hey, Bob, I want to sell it for you, and I'm going to get a commission from that. So let's say you, the viewer, buys the camera from me. I get a percentage of the price, while Bob gets the majority of it. That is affiliate marketing. So I don't own my own product, I sell others' products.
Yes, yes, yes. We've had Tim Hewitt as a previous guest, and we had him define what affiliate marketing was all
Mm,
about and what it basically boiled down to. So thank you very much for reaffirming that, because when we say affiliate marketing, we understand what it is,
yeah.
but to people who have never encountered it before, have no clue. Okay, great, whatever. So just to interject here right quick, we do have a question from Craig. He wants to know, is romance the only genre Isabella writes for?
Great question. So right now it is, but Craig, hope I pronounce your name correctly. I don't want to limit myself. If there's something I have done for the majority of my life is limited myself and put myself into a box. And I understand when you're writing and your audience is used to you being a romance author, you typically stay in that lane. But for me, if I want to write a fantasy, a science fiction, a horror, I'm going to do it. For right now, it's romance because that's what I'm comfortable with. I really want to give it a really good shot and get a series going. So, yeah, right now, romance. In the future, maybe something else. I honestly don't know. And I think there's something
Awesome.
beautiful about keeping it interesting for yourself because when I live my life this way, it is easier for surprises. I surprise myself constantly because I don't want to limit it anymore. And I used to do that before affiliate marketing. And I hope I answered the question
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well as
absolutely.
possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So going back to affiliate marketing, like where did you start your journey with that? Where are you at with it today?
And with affiliate marketing, I gave it a good shot for about 2 years and a few months. And I started with, it was at Legendary, the $7 course they had at that time. And it was a really good, thorough breakdown of what affiliate marketing is and how you can approach it in different ways. But I get at the time I was not very consistent with it, and I can see my own errors of why I did not succeed with it. So later on, I decided to get a mentor and join his mentorship later on, and I met a great community of people I still talk with to this day. But I discovered that even though affiliate marketing it can really make you a lot of money. I did make one commission of $1,000. I'm really proud of it, but it's just not me for me personally, and this can change. I don't want to, but at the time and where I'm at right now, affiliate marketing is just not what I want to do. And this is not to say selling is bad, affiliate marketing is bad, there's something wrong with me. No, this is me saying I just know what I want to do right now, and that is not it. But what I do want to do right now is right. I love being creative. Like, I actually debated with myself today whether or not I should put makeup on because I think it's fun and I think it's fun wearing makeup. So I do things that makes me happy. And right now, affiliate marketing does not make me happy. Is that logical? Probably not, but I honestly do not care. This is how I live my life,
No,
and
no,
it
no.
makes me
It's
happy
not
writing.
really it's not a matter of being logical or not. I mean, like you're fine. You've found a tune that a lot of people don't have, right? And that's
Mm,
finding yourself, being yourself, and doing things that make you happy. Affiliate marketing is not cut out for everybody. It really isn't. When I started my journey with affiliate marketing, I can't say that I've had the success that you've had. One sale, $1,000, that's phenomenal. And then
thank
you
you.
look for ways to kind of like duplicate that,
Mm,
but it is a challenge, and again, it's not
mm,
for everybody. But having that ability to sell, right? To get on a level with, your peers, I guess you could say, right? That you would be able to sell them anything, and it's fantastic. It really, really is. I've always thought, that when women get in front of the camera, it's a lot easier, especially when they're trying to, sell a product because it just comes, you're just taking the natural instinct of humans, right?
mm.
Oh, wonderful person on camera and, they've got this to say. You've already broken that barrier of getting the attention just by being on camera. And that's cool. You can't knock that at all.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of technique to it. Sure. I think I could be wrong about this, but I agree with that it's probably easier for a woman to catch attention. But I also believe the art of sales and selling to people is truly something you master. It is communication skills, it is reading, it is active listening, and it's problem solving. There is a lot to it. So, sure, you can have an advantage for being a woman, but having skills is a lot more important. Sure, you can be a pretty face. It is very easy in this day and age to be a pretty face. But if you do
Hmm.
not have the skills to sell, it's people are going to catch on really quick.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. Having the skill set to be able to sell, it is, a skill, like you said. And like with anything else, you have to learn it, master it, and be fantastic with it. This is cool.
Oh, that's one
So
of my
Lisette,
friends. Thank you,
yeah,
Lisette.
that's the whole reason why we do these podcasts, is because we just want to reach out to people to show that, no matter what challenges they're in front of you, you have a road ahead. There's always a future. There's always something to strive for and aspire for. So yeah, hats off to you, Isabella. Hey, you've got another one. Check you out. Fantastic. Hey girl, you are the best. Keep moving with the good work. Fantastic.
Thank you, girl. I
Yeah,
miss
man,
you.
that's great. So let's see here. So what other avenues have you explored? Once you've already gone
Mm,
through affiliate marketing, right? You decided
yeah.
you want to be an author, you're working on that. Are you doing anything else in the entrepreneurial field to kind of like get the money flowing in?
Right now, I'm not gonna getting excuse me. I'm not getting paid for anything. It's all my own time. Honestly, right now, it's not building on the money. Sure, this is not to say I don't want to make money because a mentor of mine once said, having a lot of money might not make you happy, but not having any money is going to make you miserable. So money is a huge factor. Being in Denmark and being a Danish citizen, I actually get paid to study at university. Universities are free and we get a salary for it. So I am very, very privileged and very, very thankful that I get paid as a student to study and I can do this in my free time. So that
Well,
allows
how
me.
the hell? Hold on a second. We've got to break this wide open here. Hold on a minute.
Hmm.
You get paid to
Yeah.
go to school
Yep.
and the school is free?
Yeah.
How
We
is
have to buy our own
how is
books,
this
but
but hold on a second. Hold on a second. Your books can't cost thousands of dollars. Like how is the university afloat?
well, we pay a lot of taxes in Denmark, and we're one of the happiest countries in the world.
So you're paying a lot of taxes and you're one of the happiest countries in the world. Like that is
Yeah, and you can Google it. It's true. You
I'm
can see
not
my
I'm
bank
not knocking
statements.
you. I'm not no, I am not knocking you. Like this is amazing because like
Yeah.
we are in search, like my family, my
Mm,
brother, my wife, we are in search of that, true happy. It's a combination, right? That where
yeah.
you're in a place where you live and you're contributing to society
Mm,
and but you're heavily taxed and you're happy about it. Like the one thing in America or in the United States that everybody's like, especially like with corporate bigwigs, they're trying to escape taxes. They're trying to escape not
mm.
having to pay anything in taxes. And okay, so I'm an idiot, right? I'm
No,
very
no, 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 no. You
I'm
did not
very
know this.
ignorant. I'm very very
Honestly,
ignorant.
Bob, I'm gonna cut you in here because this is a positive podcast and we're having fun. You're being very negative about yourself. I have met other Americans. I'm great friends with some of them. And this is your culture. You do not know right now that this actually exists. This is normal for me. It's normal to get paid for school. It's normal that it's free. It's normal that we have free healthcare. All of these things are normal. It is privileged to be a Danish citizen. So it is okay for you to be like, what in the world. You are not
Yeah.
anything negative because of that, because this is such a foreign concept to most of the world. So please do not beat yourself down over this
Well, no, I
because
mean,
it is privileged. Yeah.
I take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, I have a very, very, very thick skin, but
Mm,
it's again, I don't know much outside of these, American walls. I really don't.
mm,
But to learn something like that
mm,
is it absolutely it's mind blowing because even the community colleges here, right? So I'm in Dade County, right? There's Miami-Dade
mm,
County Community College or Miami-Dade Community College, and then the county to the north is Broward Community College, and it's like community college. You would think that okay, here's your education on the house because it's community,
mm,
and once you aspire and finish your degree and move on to bigger and better things, you're only making where you're living that
yeah.
much better. But everything costs, like everything
Oh, yeah.
costs. Like to do a simple program in one of these community colleges is going to run you anywhere between $700 to $1,000, and it's like no credits, like it's maybe 2 or 3 credits. It's nothing. So I am just like absolutely astounded by the fact
Yeah.
that you get to go to school and you get paid a salary. Mind blown.
Yeah. And
Mind blown.
honestly, here in Denmark, because it's so normalized, people often like complain that we're not getting enough. But after living in a different country, I moved to Malta for about 10 months, and we are very, very privileged as to be a Danish citizen. There comes a
So
lot
what
with
was it
that, a
like?
lot of protection. Yeah.
What was it?
Well, it was hot for one. It was very hot, and it was very nice because before Malta, I was really, really focused on affiliate marketing and nothing was really happening. And I needed some kind of job and I heard nothing from anyone. So I applied to the one in Malta. They said yes. And 3 weeks later, I lived there. And I definitely discovered that being Danish and being able to speak Danish very well in a foreign country is a privilege as well because we got paid more. And I'm very happy about the experience because I got to experience different cultures. I got to make some amazing friends, but I also realized that being in Denmark and having the protection we have as workers, as students, just as a Danish person is incredible compared to other countries. We are so safe here. We have a safety net and it's easily done getting back up on your feet. And it's not that in different countries. So I got to
So
appreciate it a lot more being Danish.
what's the wealth factor like over in Denmark? Like, is it an incredibly rich country? Is there like a fine
Mm.
line between poor and wealthy? Is there a middle class?
Sure, there's a middle class and there are people who make a lot more money than others, but I need to say this correctly. It's rare that I see anyone who is homeless, and it's rare for me to see anyone who is generally poor because you can get money from the state if you're in different organizations. I apologize, I don't know all of the English words for this, so I'm
No, no,
doing my
it's
best to
fine. It's
explain
fine.
it.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah. So sure, I have seen wealthy people. And for me, growing up in a middle class family, I mostly gotten used to others as well in school. But I distinctly remember going to school until ninth grade with a boy whose family he was rich. And that was, they had the big house, the pool, the cars, the company, everything. And that was definitely a different world to me. So I did not grow up in wealth. I'm not saying that I grew up poor. My family, we always got what we needed. My family's amazing with money, but we're definitely not the richest of the rich. So I think it's more common to see middle class workers in Denmark, and people can be poor, but they still are able to get housing, a roof over your head, food, stuff like that, education. Yeah.
That is amazing. Like I live in a part of the city. Okay, so it's like a subcity of Miami, right?
Mm,
And if you were to go to downtown Miami, you see homeless people everywhere. Like there's a specific section between like I think it's like a 3 block radius that it's just a homeless encampment. And even here, right, far away from the city, we're probably about I don't know, 20 minutes away from downtown. And you still see, your homeless people not as much as you do in downtown, but it's still, acknowledgeable. It's you see the presence there. And this is the thing that gets under my skin a little bit, right? Like I get into arguments with my brother from time to time because when you look at the excessively rich, right, they have the ability without impeding themselves to help out and they don't. So escaping taxes and things like that, it's just mind blowing because with a small percentage of what they make, they can actually do some good communities all over the country.
mm.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's quite amazing. So you're working on your novel now. You're on a little bit of a hiccup.
Just a
What
small one.
what exercises are you doing to overcome this?
I actually need to create them, Bob. I'm not gonna lie, it is a new challenge I am facing going over this writer's block that I have because and when this book is published, it's going to be chapter 13 I'm really stuck on. And for me, I am learning how to deal with it. It's still an ongoing process. And a good friend of mine, she's Canadian. She told me it's because I don't have enough life experience. And what do I mean by this? It's very hard to create something you cannot relate to. It's very hard to say, I am going to write about a certain experience, and I have never experienced it in my life. So why now? And I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I'm being very vague English.
It's okay. It's okay.
So what I need is going out more, getting more experience, probably doing some manifestation. Manifestation is really good. And just kind of like force myself because I'm not going to lie, from time to time, especially when you're beginning, you really, really need to want entrepreneurship, whatever direction you want to pursue, whether it's affiliate marketing, being an author. or something else. You need to force yourself to keep going if you really, really want the goal. I'm not going to lie about that. That's just how it is. So I need to get going and force myself to do it. And now that I'm back home safely, everything is taken care of. University just started. I just have to sit down and write it. And I've been putting it off for numerous of excuses. So
Right.
yeah, that's
So you
basically
you
where I'm
come
at.
to identify, but at least you acknowledge that they are
Yeah.
excuses, and you're
Yeah.
working towards getting the pen to the pad again
Mm,
to continue writing your story. This
yeah.
has been absolutely amazing, and Isabella, I want to thank you very much for hanging out with us today. To learn about you, your challenges, your disease that you're constantly going through, wanting to be an author or best-selling author. Let's put it out there into the universe. Best-selling author.
Thank you.
It's triumphant. It really is. So, on behalf of Cops and Conversations, I really hope that we can meet back again in the future to see where you're at. Hopefully, by
Mm,
that time, we'll have a published book ready to go,
yeah.
and we'll drop your links everywhere so that
Thank you.
we make sure that you get it sold, seen.
Thank you.
So hold on a second. Just give us a quick insight into what you have written so far. Like, what's your favorite
Okay.
part in the first 13 chapters that you have?
I think, okay. So it's going to get a bit corny. Bob, are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
So the love interest or the main male character, he's a firefighter. I like my men strong, okay? So that's how I'm going to write him.
Okay, go for it.
So
You're
there
the
are gonna
author.
be a lot of stumbling scenes because I take it from a personal life. I am clumsy. I trip over my own feet. I trip on the ground. So I have a couple of scenes where the female character stumbles onto the strong man. And feeling a strong man hold you up, it's nice, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a woman. It's nice being caught by a strong man. So there are a few of those. So for my
Okay,
ladies
okay.
or men who like reading about that, but that's the funny side. But in all seriousness about this book, it's really about accepting yourself as who you are. Past trauma, your body issues, and my female main character, she is plus size, she's overweight. And for those who have struggled with body image, especially as a bigger person, you know the challenges of accepting yourself, of wanting to wear the skirt that you want to look good in, but in your mind, you cannot possibly see yourself as attractive. And even it can get so bad that you don't even feel like you deserve love because of your size. And I really want to put some perspective on that, that you do deserve love. You do deserve to be accepted. And it should not have anything to do with your size. And I'm not going to say that I have been a big woman, a little chubby, sure, but I've struggled with it. And I'm going to pour that into my book.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Fantastic. So you wanted to tell me something. Shoot.
Yeah. For all of my, this is probably gonna confuse people who do not speak Danish, but this is something us Danish people really like to try on someone who does not speak the language. So I'm gonna say a sentence for you. And if you can try and say it and guess what it means, that would be really, I would appreciate it.
Hold on a second. So hold on a second. I'm gonna make sure I have the instructions here correctly.
Mm.
You're gonna tell me something in Danish,
Mm-hmm.
and you want me to repeat it back to you, and then I have to figure out what I just said. Okay, lay
You
it on
ready?
me. Yeah.
3.
What?
Do you want it again? Well, med fløde.
Well, the flute. No. All right.
You did amazing, Bob.
No. Yeah. Right. I can hear myself speaking anything but Danish at that point.
I just had to do it. When
Hmm.
you meet a Danish person, honestly, this can go out to everyone. They will often ask you, "Can you say rødgrød med fløde?" It is unbelievably hilarious to us because it sounds so funny. Okay, I applaud
All
you.
right.
What do you
Thank
think it
you.
means? Just off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head is like, hey, how are you doing?
Okay, are you ready for this, Bob? The direct
I'm ready.
translation of rødgrød med
All
fløde
right.
is
Thank you, Craig.
red.
I'm not the same. Go ahead.
It is red porridge with cream.
Red perch
Porridge
with cream?
with cream. Yeah,
Red
you know.
porridge with cream?
Yeah, that's what you said.
All right. Well, that was a
Thank
a
you,
lighter
Bob.
note for
I
sure.
really enjoyed
No
it.
problem. Yeah, I would have never guessed that that's what I was saying or attempting to say because I didn't say it.
You did very well. I have heard worse. I definitely have.
Awesome. Now I want some porridge with cream.
Hmm, yeah. Can
Awesome.
recommend. It's really good.
All right. Well, I'm going to pop you into the back room and thank you again for hanging out with us today, Isabella. We will be in touch in the
Yeah.
months to come.
Thank you for letting me
Thank you
be
so
here.
much.
Bye, everyone. Have a
Appreciate it.
wonderful day.
So that was incredible, huge challenges that Isabella is facing and going through, but she is sticking to what it is she knows she wants to do, putting everything else aside, identifying with herself, making herself happy no matter what. And that's the bottom line. Like, there's a certain point of selfishness, but it can't really be that if you're talking about feeding into what your mental stability is going to be. If you're doing things that are going to make you happy, a happier you will reflect and it's contagious to those around you. So I have to tip my hat off to Isabella, such a young, individual that's trying to make it and make a name for herself. And I for one will definitely be purchasing her book. And I'm not an avid reader. I'm not, especially I have zero romance novels back here. But just to know that I know somebody that wrote it, I think that's, it's a leg up. You get to be more inside of the mind of the author and really having that personal attachment to them. So when you're reading, into it, the thinking behind it, the thought process of it all, I don't know, it just gives you a greater connection to all of that. So next week we will be back here with Lamont. He's traveling back to Germany today. It's amazing to know that, like, I've got somebody that I know. He just traveled to Spain, hung out there for a week, and he's heading back home. And we absolutely miss him here at Captain Conversations. But it's cool, it's like you got somebody that traveling different countries. I'm a homebody, and my whole like thought process into all of that is that, like, there's a whole world in my backyard that I haven't really explored yet. But the world is still out there. The whole world is out there. Whoever said it's a small, small world, I don't know. I don't know if I really feel that. But either way, we'll be back here next week with another amazing guest. We'll see how that goes. And until that, we will see you next time. So if you have any questions or comments, drop them on our Facebook page. We'd love to get some feedback and see who you would like to have here on another episode of Captain Conversations. Until next week, take care.